of the soul after a 2 week break. Can't believe it's been so long, but I've been going through mental health struggles, so streaming has not been something I've been able to do. But I got to sleep in, take my meds, and kind of got a reset today. So here I am streaming after so long. So yay, glad to be here. Glad to have a night to share readings with others. So yeah, welcome to the evening. Thank you for being here. All right, just getting the cards ready. Hmm? Oh, I don't have anything. What is pink? Okay, Pink Heaven. Hey, sorry, you're not in my chat log, but my husband did tell me that you chatted while I was coming up. I hope you're still there, and if you are, how are you doing tonight? I have 9 more subs to go. I'm on a 10 sub goal. I do. That's really cool. 8 subscribers. I know you're one of them. Leah's one of them. And then were the others? Oh, Bubble Tea. And then the others were gift subs. I haven't seen Bubble Tea, but then I haven't been streaming much recently. Hard to see people when you aren't online. Touche, touche. Stanley Tucci. He's in The Devil Wears Prada.
I thought I rented that once, but it was actually a movie called The Devil's Wears.
And it was a whole different genre. The Devil Wears Nada. Oops. Like Michael Scott or Sheldon Waiting. What was it? 27 days. And he was watching Sandra Bullock waiting for the zombies to take over. Wow. It's a busy night. Okay, so hi everybody. I am glad you're here. Hubby just told me I have 6 viewers. I'm not able to watch that count. So, it's exciting that you guys are here with me, watching me do my thing. I have my Law of Attraction deck. I like to do that when nobody's on the plate for a reading. But if you are, you can type exclamation Alma space join, and that gets you in the queue. Same for my YouTube and Kick viewers. If you're there, if you want a reading, just let me know. We can get you in one. But for right now, since nobody's asking for a reading, I'll just pull random cards and um, see what comes up to say. General messages for the collective, I guess. Emotional disconnect or self-absorb. Hmm? Emotional disconnect or self-absorption may be limiting your growth. Open yourself up to another's experience. I like this. When you're feeling um, disconnected in your own way, it's always nice to reach out and see things from another's view, because right now your disconnected view isn't something positive to dwell on or witness or experience. So rather than continuing to witness something that's less than positive, you focus on somebody else's experience. Feel the weight of their feelings that they might be having and how they connect to you. And ultimately, looking at it through a different lens opens you up to a different set of feelings. Hey, Snickers. She went after my milk. Thanks. Snicker sighting. But yeah, emotional disconnect, just means you're not feeling it to the fullest. And, you know, it's hard to grow when you're not feeling good about the environment around you, about yourself in the environment. Ultimately, being disconnected from yourself and or the world around you is almost like a state of stasis. You're not experiencing new, you're not experiencing different. It's the same old disconnected feeling. So yeah. Hi, Cinnamon Swiss, welcome. Hi, glad to have you. Thanks for jumping in chat. I was just talking to the camera, didn't realize I had a chatter. This is why my husband is great to have. He's right there and he's trying to point me in the direction of people talking. I appreciate him. And he's just taking no kudos at all. Self-doubt may be dimming your light. Reignite your confidence and authenticity. I like that, where we have this emotional disconnect, right? No, that's emotional neglect. Which card did I have? This one, emotional disconnect. So, I think what is true of ourselves, we see in others. So often, if you're not feeling good about yourself, you're going to see that in others around you and not feel good about them. It's a projection of self. So self-doubt, not feeling good about yourself, that also puts doubt into the relationships and environment around you. So ultimately, stepping into your authentic self, it takes acceptance and a little bit of grace that it's okay that you're not any other way than what you are, and that what you are is good enough to feel good in moments that you come to. And as you come to more moments where you feel good about yourself, it replaces that self-doubt with a calm kind of confidence that allows you to embrace each moment purely, fully, wholeheartedly. And then ultimately that disconnect goes away and you just step into each moment as a new vision of yourself. And that self can change, it can stay the same, it can wait in a moment until it's right to act. Ultimately, when you're open to yourself as you truly are, there's no labels or boxes to check or definitions of self that aren't right. You just get to be you, and that's a whole new way of being. Vulnerability. Being open emotionally is a strength, not a weakness. True connection requires authenticity. Share your feelings openly with someone you trust. Allow yourself to be fully seen. That is a strength, because our world teaches us to kind of be cold and closed off and distant, calculating what somebody else may be doing, what they may take from us that we don't want taken. There's a lot of, oh, Cinnamon Swiss, how are you? I am doing well tonight. I've been in a bit of a manic funk for the past 2 weeks, and streaming has just been out of my ability to manage. But I'm doing better tonight. I got to sleep in, take my meds, and, refresh and recover. And so here I am tonight, back at it. So I'm glad to have you here with me. How are you doing tonight? I like vulnerability. For me, it's a strength that gives a lot of grace because it doesn't expect anything of you. If anything, it just asks openness and honesty and genuine expression of self. And these are all such simple words for me to share, but ultimately, vulnerability isn't something our modern culture practices. Oh, little Princess Cherry, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. First time chatter. Oh, and you followed. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad this has been a 2 week break, so starting it off with a follow is really awesome. Thank you for being that for me. So how are you doing tonight, Cherry? A diamond spread is a 5 card spread. Um, the first card is the focus, like what's important to. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm doing well. I'm coming off a 2 week break, so uh, recovering. But let me get back to your diamond spread. It's a 5 card reading. The focus is in the middle, um, and that's the highlight of the reading. All the other cards revolve around that. In position one, 2, and 3, you have internal reflections or internal. Um, Wow, my mind is going blank right now. Internal influence and then external influence. So it gives a balanced way of seeing what's going on the inside and what's going on the outside. And then the fourth card is what's needed to overcome or better understand, like the guiding lesson of the focus, basically. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's see what the cards have to say. Would you like a deeper reading? I have 2 decks that I like to do readings with. One is my Osho Zen Tarot deck. I like this deck. It's very zen and balanced, but the guidebook that I read from is a little more in depth, and so the readings kind of take on a more esoteric feel. But if you'd like a traditional tarot reading, I have this wonderful Wild Reflections deck that is traditional tarot cards, and I love the interpretation the guidebook gives, and it often inspires great readings as well. So if you have a feel for what you'd like, I am more than willing to head in whatever direction. You want to see the cards. This is the Wild Reflections deck. Very bright, colorful, sunshiny, golden. I feel this is a very positive deck. Let's do traditional. I'm a traditionalist. Okay, awesome. I love that. So I'm just going to mix the cards up. For me, I like to bring the now moment into the cards because, oh, you're going to get a Snickers sighting possibly. I have a kitten that loves the tarot cards. She's done tarot readings. You love using runes. I just recently got a tarot deck from a friend, a real life friend, that's about runes. Those are my babies. Yeah, I was interested in learning about them. It seems really deep, and I haven't had the time to sit down and learn much about it. But yeah, I've heard runes can be great divination tools as well. You ever go anywhere without your bag? She, oh, I didn't see that. Never go anywhere without your bag. I love that. It's nice that you have something meaningful to take with you, right? Kathy, you're back. Welcome. 4 of Wands. The Hermit reversed. They comfort me weirdly. Well, if they comfort you, that's what matters. I don't think that's weird. What'd you say? You're just being silly. Okay. 7 of Wands. Ace of Wands reversed for what's needed to overcome. And the Devil for the higher resolution, higher understanding. Okay, let's dive into it. 4 of Wands is your focus. Community, home, celebrations, reunions, parties, gatherings, stability, belonging. okay. You're going to an ad, so I'll just take a drink and wait for you. Look at the cards and see when you come back. I'm drinking blue milk, vanilla milk. It's Star Wars, and I didn't know that Star Wars had blue milk in it. My husband is a Star Wars fan, like has watched them all. And so I think I have too, but I just don't remember them. But in someone pours cereal and it's with blue milk. So I just thought I was buying some milk. I got it because it was vanilla, not because it was Star Wars. But yeah, hubby said, no, that's actually Star Wars related. I bathed 7 adult cats and 2 kittens and made my dad stand for an hour. Wow, you've been busy. That is a lot of cats. Back from ads. Only Leo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you for joining the community. It's nice to have you. Okay, so welcome back, Cherry. That is a lot of cats. We have a lot of cats in our house. We are a cat-loving household. They're all unique. They're all beautiful. I love their personalities, and it's a blessing to have so many to love. All right, so back to the focus. 4 of Wands. Community, home, celebrations, reunions, parties, gatherings, stability, belonging. The 4 of Wands represents joyful celebration, reunion, and relaxation. This card signifies that the querent has reached an important milestone on a project or achieved a goal. This card is also about family reunion, homecoming, and feeling satisfied and safe at home. The querent may have recently returned from a trip or is finally ready to lay down roots. I like this card for the quality of joyful celebration. I think when you're trying to be mindful about life and, witness it for what it is, celebrating the moment is a surefire way to create positive energy, to witness, to enjoy, to savor, and to share. And so this card is a kind of like a community card. When you're bubbling from the inside out, you have a lot to share and life becomes an abundance. And that abundance is something to celebrate with yourself and with others. So how do you find that joy, that exuberance, that celebration? Well, the cards have the hermit, so we go within. We look within to define what matters to us, because ultimately our own definitions are what matter most. We're brought up hearing everybody else's opinion on life and everything that it should be, and all those words people have to teach us how to grow up. But ultimately, we need to define for ourselves who we're meant to be and how we experience life. And so the hermit reversed: loneliness, isolation, recluse, being antisocial, rejection, returning to society. You may have become so engrossed in doing things your way that you're refusing good advice or help from others. Your tendency to keep people away may be making you feel lonely and rejected. The hermit also suggests that you may be resistant to seeing the truth, which can lead to strained relationships or even breakups. It's possible that you've ignored advice that you shouldn't have, and your stubbornness may be causing you to miss out on valuable insights. So when I hear this hermit reversed, it feels like a negative energy is on the inside that's manifesting and being projected outwardly, right? That's getting in the way of that celebration of time with others, time with self, time in the community. And so ultimately, the hermit is about going within and figuring out what's in alignment with the self. When it's in reverse, I think we still need to go within, but it's a time to listen and understand what's going on and what truly is you, what's a distortion of the you that others think you should be, and what needs challenged in the moment to align those two visions of self. Then we have the external influence card, which is the 7 of Wands. So another Wands. 88. Resistance, asserting oneself, unconventional defense, resourceful safeguarding. The Seven of Wands embodies determination, rivalry, and preservation. The queer confronts a scenario where external factors hinder their progress. This might involve individuals envious of their accomplishments. The moment calls for actions in alignment with values. Develop a strategy to mitigate and anticipate future complications. So I like this card as a reflection of the internal influence because it calls for actions in alignment with values. This card speaks, the Hermit reverse speaks that maybe the present moment isn't in alignment with the self. And if you're not in alignment with the self, then your connection to the external world isn't going to be in alignment. Well, to make the right choice for both the internal and the external, come back to center and find what matters most to you. What definitions of morality, of right and wrong, of good and bad, of light and dark, all those definitions that are personally defined. What matters to you so you can come back to self and feel home in the moment, full of that joyful celebration that's always there to appreciate. So then we come to Ace of Wands reverse, yet another wand. And this is reversed. Delays, blocks, lack of passion, lack of energy, hesitancy, creative blocks. The reversed Ace of Wands indicates trials and tribulations that you may face in the near future. You might feel directionless, which can lead to feeling uninspired or unmotivated. The reversed Ace of Wands can also indicate delays with your current projects. You may want to finish your tasks, but there may be obstacles getting in your way. And so, as we're obstacles, that's the word that I get from this card. Obstacles are what need focused on. So, what's getting in your way of feeling good on the inside? Focus on that. Go within and meditate upon what can align you with a healthier version of self, not only on the inside, but in how you participate on the outside. Because ultimately, how you're doing within is projected into how you're doing in the outer world you participate in. So by aligning both on the inside and outside, you can better guide yourself to a way to positively participate in the lives you lead. This hits right at home. Yay! I can't ever know. I'm not so confident that I just assume I know what needs said. So thank you for letting me know. I'm glad this is a resonant reading for you. So this brings us to the Devil card, the higher understanding. Oppression, addiction, obsession, dependency, excess, powerlessness, limitations. Getting the Devil card in your reading shows that you have feelings of entrapment, emptiness, and a lack of fulfillment in your life. The Devil might also mean that you are a slave to materialism and opulence, and no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to shake off the feeling of wanting to overindulge in luxurious living. This card speaks to me of the word more. When you want more of something because you just want it, not because you need it, not because it's good for you, but because you're trying to fill a void, and that void is bottomless. So you can never get enough. And so in never getting enough, we tend towards the excess. So the higher understanding is that craving for more that we have, that need to get something different instead of you had the Devil in reverse before, now it's upright. Well, maybe that's a sign that you're ready to see that side of yourself fully, embrace it for what it is, and know that even if you have that part of yourself that's dominating your moments, it doesn't have to be in a bad way. And I think that higher understanding, if you come back to the focus of the reading, finding joy in the moment, that can be your excessive energy in the moment, appreciating how wonderful life is, how magical it can be, celebrating time with yourself and with others around you. This is all positive ways to connect to life. And if the Devil is an excess that keeps you from, so let's see, you said the devil reverse. In this deck, the devil in reverse says independence, freedom, revelation, release, reclaiming power, reclaiming control. And so it's almost a positive. So devil reversed, and now you're upright. So maybe you've come to a higher level of understanding that lets you see those darker parts of yourself that might be getting in your way. Hi, baby. This is Snickers. She's our baby. She came to us, found us starving. She was like 4 pounds when she was 5 months old. Kitty. Yeah, she likes my drinks that I have on the side. And she's also a tarot kitty. When I'm shuffling, she'll come and pick cards out. But yeah, so the devil, the higher understanding, all those things that get in the way of truly embracing the joy in the moment. Mine likes to pick rooms that are on their face. Oh, I love that. You have your divination kitty too. She's a good girl. She's so cute. She's so small. She's 10 months old and she's still so tiny. We love it. She's micro compared to our other kitties. Her name is Bella. She had babies. Oh, that's awesome. We took in a stray kitty that was pregnant, and she had 5 kittens. So we got to have them till they were 12 weeks old and ready to be weaned, and take care of them. And kittens are adorable. Oh, they're so adorable. Thankfully, we had a pet rescue that helped us get them all adopted, both mother and children, or babies. I raised Bella since she was a little kitty. Okay, Snickers. Oh, she's gonna eat it. So I like to pull an oracle card from my Green Witch Oracle deck after each reading to kind of garnet. Or no, this is ruby.
It's the one that.
No, it's garnet. I'm sorry. Yeah, that would stink. So oak tree, power, courage, strength. Hey, out of the milk, out of the milk. She is ornery as all get out. She is a force to be reckoned with. Interesting. I've been thinking it. Is that the world tree? I don't know how to say it, so I'm not going to butcher it. But is that the word for world tree? It is. So good. I know that. Yeah, I like the idea of a world tree. Again, I don't know my history or, mythology or wherever that word is rooted, but I like the idea of a tree that roots all life together. And it's interesting alignment that you get the oak tree. Power, courage, and strength. The oak tree is a popular symbol of strength. The wood is dense and durable, reliable, and long-lasting. This tree symbolizes power and bravery, telling you that you can stand up to whatever storm is on the horizon. This mighty oak begins as a tiny acorn. It is reassuring to know that, oh, Pickle, you're back. Welcome. We'll get you a reading right after this. Um, It is reassuring to know that something so immense and strong started out as something that you can hold between 2 fingers. Not only does it remind us that small things can yield huge results, it also reminds us that growing takes time. Rapid growth uses energy to reach a goal quickly. Slow growth uses energy to ensure stable, strong development. The oak tree card urges you to be brave and stand tall. Is there something you've been avoiding because of fear of confrontation? And I think that's basically the devil card coming out to talk to you. What are you avoiding confronting that gets in your way of wholesome and happy celebration of the joy life offers? Hi, everybody. Everybody's in there talking. Yes, there is. My mother. Interesting. What about your mother? Do you mind elaborating? Oh, goodness. So you got hate going on at home. I'm sorry you're in that kind of household that doesn't accept you. That's not an easy place to be in. So I'm stuck like a rock between a rock and a hard place. That is definite. Oh, Savvy, I missed you. Welcome back. I haven't seen you in a while. Glad to have you back this evening. So I'm stuck, which is why I'm trying to get out and find a support group to assist in some way. Well, I hope you can find that support you need to get into a stable environment where you're free to be yourself and not negatively attacked for being who you are. And you deserve to be comfortable as you are, however you choose to be. And I hope you can soon get out of an environment that doesn't support you. Yeah. Sending you a lot of love. Positive hug, a cosmic hug, and, warm, comforting vibes. Was busy with uni, life as usual. How are you doing? I'm doing well. Tonight's my first night back after like a 2 week hiatus. I've been manic and struggling to function, at the pace life is keeping me at. So, but I got to sleep in, take my meds, and, get a refresh. And so here I am streaming tonight. I'm glad to have you here. That brings up Pickle. So Pickle is up for a reading. Are you still there, Pickle? Hi, you're there. Yay. Awesome. What kind of reading can I get for you tonight? Yeah, hopefully things get better. That's what oh, wow. I just had a card picked by Faith. Tarot Kitty picked us a card. Faith sustains manifestation even when there's no visible evidence. Keep believing. Strengthen your faith by affirming that everything is working out in your favor. We go through tough times and it happens and it's real and it's kind of like a fire that burns within us to make better possible, not because for any other reason than we deserve better. So I'm sorry the times are tough, but let them inspire you to find that better definition of self that isn't so hateful and hurtful like your parents are, and just find the freedom to be who you are in the world around you, loved as you are, not as you have to pretend to be. My guide is here as a second mother comforting me. I also just met a dragon who gave me a pendant with an amber stone attached to it. She said that it's perfect for me because it's very earthy. It offers protection too. It doesn't break. And she said it could be stolen. Okay. Well, I'm glad you have your guide. I don't personally connect. I was talking with somebody in a Discord server I'm in about guides and deities and other presences, entities to connect to. And my spirituality doesn't seem to manifest in a way where I get any specific knowledge of who I'm talking to or who's feeding me information. So I'm just like, I think of myself as an open, universal receiver of divine energy, and it just translates itself for me from the inside out. Pickle. I've been trying to change my view on myself to better myself and get back on path, but I don't know how to do it. Okay? So let's see. Let's go with, do you mind if I do the Osho Zen Tarot deck? It's a deeper deck, but I feel when you're struggling with your vision of self, it's good to have a soulful reflection on who you might need to be or who you might be missing in your reflection. And so, I'd like to use that deck, but if you're not interested in a longer reading with a lot of reading, I can also do my Wild Reflections deck. Okay. All right. Awesome, Pickle. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate your um um willingness to do, what feels right. I like these cards that are jumping. I can see how they speak of a vision of self. Did she knock it? Okay, so our first card is aloneness, which, as you're looking to find a better vision of self, um, this card is beautiful because it speaks of the quality of being comfortable being alone with yourself. And ultimately, when you're comfortable with yourself, alone, and with nobody else, life can be whatever it's going to be, and you're ready to witness it and take it on, no matter good, bad, or otherwise. So, aloneness is a light that we carry when we can. Oh, my husband's laughing because no, it wasn't a cat that did that. That was my husband. And he's laughing because somebody noticed that he moved them. He knew someone would see it, and you did. That's funny. Did your Condor cards move? Yeah, magic. Haha. Aloneness. So let's go read what that has to say. When there is no significant other in our lives, we can either be lonely or enjoy the freedom that solitude brings. When we find no support among others for our deeply felt truths, we can either feel isolated and bitter. I've had way too many experiences with ghosts. Oh, I believe those things happen. I haven't witnessed them myself, but I think they're out there, and I think the grand beyond is speaking to us in many ways, and it can come in the form of entities or energies or experiences. There's all different ways that the divine speaks to us, and so I put nothing out of the realm of possibility. It all happens. We can either feel isolated and bitter or celebrate the fact that our vision is strong enough to survive the powerful human need for approval of family, friends, or colleagues. If you are facing that situation now, be aware of how you are choosing to view your aloneness and take responsibility for the choice you have made. The humble figure in this card glows with a light that emanates from within. One of Gautama Buddha's most significant contributions to the spiritual life of humankind was to insist to his disciples, be a light unto yourself. Ultimately, each of us must develop within ourselves the capacity to make our way through the darkness without any companions, maps, or guide. The light within. That's what the cards are calling into focus. So if you're wondering what a new vision of self looks like, it looks like the light that you see in who you get to be. Who you get to be, not who you see yourself as. Those are differences. Visions can be tainted by cultural conditioning, life experiences, an upset mood. You know, our vision can always change because that's just a perspective. But when we're rooted in who we are and seeing ourselves clearly, it's a light within that shines warmly, gracefully, comfortably, and lets us just sit with ourselves no matter what's going on in the external. So find that light within. Find what matters most to you, what means the most to you, and what is important for you to get to be as you are, not as you have to change yourself and conform yourself to be. Which brings us to the outsider, which is the Five of Rainbows, which is mastery of the physical. I like this card as well. The small child in this card is standing on one side of a gate looking through it. He is so small and so convinced that he cannot get through, he cannot see that the chain holding the gate is not locked. All he has to do is open it. Whenever we feel left out or excluded, it brings up the feelings of being a small, helpless child. It is not surprising, as this feeling is deeply rooted in our earliest childhood experiences. The problem is that, because it is so deeply rooted, it plays over and over again, like a tape in our lives. You have an opportunity now to stop the tape, to quit tormenting yourself with ideas that you are somehow not enough to be accepted and included. Recognize the roots of these feelings in the past and let go of the old pain. It will bring you the clarity to see how you can open the gate and enter that which you most long to become. And so this gate, it's it's the negative side of aloneness, feeling cast out, rejected, isolated, cut off, not enjoying what's beyond the gate. But the gate's open. It's just our perspective of the gate being open that's off. So as you're focusing on a vision of self, let the vision of self focus on the light within and see where the cage is that's keeping you confined from seeing light within yourself. Ultimately, you are the witness to who you are, who you get to be, who you want to be, all of that. You are the witness. So if your witnessing of self is negative in nature, it's working against your aloneness. Challenge yourself to see yourself clearly for the wonder and excitement and exuberant way you exist as. Because seeing yourself clearly is ultimately the best way to align yourself with a life you love participating in. And then the rebel. This is another card about individuality. The powerful and authoritative figure in this card is clearly the master of his own destiny. On his shoulder is an emblem of the sun, and the torch he holds in his right hand symbolizes the light of his own hard-won truth. Whether he is wealthy or poor, the rebel is really an emperor because he has broken the chains of society's repressive conditioning and opinions. He has formed himself by embracing all the colors of the rainbow, emerging from the dark and formless roots of his unconscious past and growing wings to fly into the sky. His very way of being is rebellious, not because he is... Oh, Kitty knocked over the camera. I'm sorry if it's messed up. I'm going to have to wait for my husband to come back to fix that. I hope I got it somewhat right, but sorry. Silly kitty. Yeah, she's doing her thing, huh? Funny kitty. Yeah, so I don't know how messed up the camera is, so I apologize. We'll fix that momentarily. But back to the rebel. He has formed himself by embracing all the colors of the rainbow, emerging from the dark and formless roots of his unconscious past, and growing wings to fly into the sky. Oh, I had already read that. His very way of being is rebellious, not because he is fighting against anybody or anything, but because he has discovered his own true nature and is determined to live in accordance with it. The eagle is his spirit animal, a messenger between the earth and sky. The rebel challenges us to be courageous enough to take responsibility for who we are and to live our truth. So I like this. In the external influence, encouragement to be who we are. She just wants to play and be silly. Yeah, she really does. And it looks fine. Thank you for letting me know, Pickle. I appreciate that. So the rebel is the participator in life, right? Aloneness is the quality of being that lets you align your choices with who you most want to be, being your best in every moment. And That's the rebel, breaking the chains of what other people say you should be, or you could be, or you might be doing, and just embracing who you are and letting that guide you in every moment you come to. That state of aloneness that embraces the colors of the rainbow to shine as truly as you need them to in every way that makes sense to you. But in what's needed to overcome or better understand, we have exhaustion, which is in the suit of fire, which is mastery of action. This is the portrait of one whose whole life energy has been depleted in his efforts to keep fueling the enormous and ridiculous machine of self-importance and productivity. Snickers knocked over the camera. If you want to check and make sure it's aligned, Cinnamon Swiss said it looks okay, but he has been so busy keeping it all together and making sure everything runs smoothly that he has forgotten to really rest. No doubt he can't allow himself to be playful. To abandon his duty for a trip to the beach could mean the whole structure might come tumbling down. The message of this card is not just about being a workaholic, though. It's all about the ways we set up safe but unnatural routines for ourselves, and by doing so, keep the chaotic and spontaneous away from our doors. Life isn't a business to be managed, it's a mystery to be lived. It's time to tear up the time card, break out of the factory, and take a little trip into the uncharted. Your work can flow more smoothly from a relaxed state of mind. The lies we tell ourselves, the routines we build up that don't work for us, but work for a life that's not natural to who we are. These are all things that this card comes to speak of. Exhaustion, tired from being anything but what you are. To overcome that, rest, reflect, go within, find that sense of aloneness and that light within that touches every detail that you go through. And ultimately, it addresses that outsider feeling because you aren't outside if you're connected to every moment you come to. It's not dependent on others. It's now dependent on you to be all that you need. And all that you need can let go of those things that exhaust you. Call me your daddy. Welcome. Welcome to the evening. And let's see, we have fighting as the higher resolution. This is in the suit of clouds, which is mastery of the mind. The figure in this card is completely covered in armor. Only his glare of rage is visible, and the white of the knuckles on his clenched fists. If you look closely at the armor, you can see it's covered with buttons, ready to detonate if anybody so much as brushes up against them. In the background, we see the shadowy movie that plays in this man's mind. Two figures fighting for a castle. An explosive temper or a smoldering rage often masks a deep feeling of pain. We think that if we frighten people away, we can avoid being hurt even more. In fact, just the opposite is the case. By covering our wounds with armor, we are preventing them from being healed. By lashing out at others, we keep ourselves from getting the love and nourishment we need. If this description seems to fit you, it's time to stop fighting. There's so much love available to you if you just let it in. Start by forgiving yourself. You're worth it. So for all those wounds that we carry, for all those triggers that set us off, forgiveness for yourself, for others that created them in you, because forgiveness is a peace. It's an acceptance that not everything has to hurt forever. And it's an understanding that letting things go is healthier, happier making, more fulfilling than to holding on to the pain that separates us from anything less than a positive connection to self and the world we live inside of. So I invite you to find that aloneness and ultimately let go of those things that keep triggering you and bringing you back into a lower state of self. Because once you let those go, that exhaustion will fade and you'll feel rejuvenated, ready to hit them each moment as it comes, renewed and refreshed, and ready to live life in your fullest version of self. And I hope you find that. How long have I been streaming?
7 minutes.
Okay. Thank you. My mouth is getting tired. All the kitties are coming. You're too big, buddy. Don't try. No, no. He was gonna try. Poor Lucky. You're almost an hour. Thank you, Pickle. I appreciate that. So call me a daddy. Are you around? Oh, wait. For Pickle, I forgot. I need to get you an oracle card. I like to do an oracle card with each reading. Abundance, persistence, proliferation. These are wonderful words to get when you're trying to find a new vision of self. The Mint card speaks of deep roots, firm grounding, and a refusal to give in. The tenacity of the mint herb can be the despair of many a gardener, but its abundance can also be an encouraging omen. Call me your daddy. Dealer's choice. Please surprise me today with any spread you got in mind. I'll figure that out. Let me finish this reading with for Pickle. Life's obstacles can be frustrating, but Mint reminds you that stubbornness can get you through. Consider your current situation. Someone may be trying to uproot you or remove you from something you're passionate about. Don't let them. Make your own decisions and don't let someone else steal your agency. Dig in and be strong. Stubbornness isn't necessarily a negative trait. Are there unfair limitations being imposed on you by someone or something? So, this card, abundance, persistence, proliferation, it's a reflection on what's holding you back. And your reading asked that. What's holding you back from feeling good about who you get to be? Who you are has survived everything you've been through. So the strength, the confidence, it can be there. Let that be the thing that guides you most. Cinnamon, yay, I get to do a reading for you. Awesome. I think before I jump in with Call Me Your Daddy, I'm going to stand up and take a break. My mouth is bothering me, so I want to give it a moment without talking. And then I'm going to think about a spread to do for you, Call Me Your Daddy, something different than a diamond spread that might be helpful for you. So yeah, I will be back momentarily. Thank you for waiting. Sorry to just bounce, but bothersome. So see you soon. Hey, I'm Alma, and you're back at Tarot of the Soul. Thank you for waiting while I took a quick break, rested, and recovered. Come back and do some more readings. Um, Call me a daddy. You mentioned dealer's choice. Surprised me with any spread. I went and found a spread from the Buffy tarot deck that I have. It's called A World Without Shrimp. Um, uh, and it says, thank you, Swiss or Cinnamon. I appreciate it. If you have been feeling as though something is missing from your life, this spread can help you identify what you're craving. Card 1, represent an area in your life in which you feel unfulfilled. Card 2, show an area in your life in which you've been overextending yourself. Card 3, describe an energy to invite into your life to help you come out of your shell. And card 4 suggests actions to take to feel more complete. So 4 cards. Card 1. Card 2. Card 3. Card 4. Okay, so the first card is an area in your life in which you feel unfulfilled. 4 of Cups. Apathy, contemplation, feeling disconnected, melancholy, boredom, indifference, disconnect. The 4 of Cups represents boredom, self-isolation, and blockage. The querent may currently feel dissatisfied with their routine, unmotivated, or stuck in a rut. Well, we mentioned, I think in a previous reading, you mentioned that you were feeling bored with life and unhappy with, the details of how life manifests. So this card feels resonance. This card signifies that there are opportunities flowing toward the querent, but they have shut themselves off from receiving these gifts. This may be a result of having been hurt or rejected in the past. So, again, boring or, disconnected from life's wonder. Look at the ways the past has hurt you, right? And see how you've been through it, how it shaped you, what it's made you into, and ultimately the strength that you possess for becoming who you are. And if you can feel happy with who you are, that means you can feel happy with everything that came before, because it made you who you get to be. And that should be someone you're happy being. Second card is the 3 of Wands, and this card is an area in your life in which you've been overextending yourself. 3 of Wands. I'm not sure if Call Me Your Daddy is here. I'm not either. He came back. So do you think I should keep doing a reading that for someone that's not here and just let him come back? Welcome, Taffy. It's nice to see you. Oh, you're here. You've been listening. Ah, all right. 3 of Wands. Momentum, confidence, expansion, growth, foresight, looking ahead. What was this card again? An area in your life in which you've been overextending yourself. Oh, interesting. Momentum, confidence, expansion, growth, foresight, looking ahead. The meaning of the Three of Wands suggests that everything around you is going smoothly because you have taken the time to plan your future and are taking steps to turn your plans into action. The Three of Wands can indicate that you are in control and have a strong position, just like the character that overlooks sits calmly and strong in the card. The Three of Wands is one of the main cards that represents foresight and vision. So where have you been overextending yourself? Foresight and vision. What are you really seeing, and what do you really know about what you are seeing? If you are leaning too much into the future, you're not living right now, and it's easy to focus on the future to be something different and better than what this is. But for all the time you spend looking at the future, you're missing the time right now to live life fully, happily, wholesomely, fulfillingly, right? So ultimately, if you're overextending yourself planning for the future, give yourself a break from planning and come and live in the moment. Be yourself, bask in the wonder of who you are, and see how the world connects to that energy. Your third card is the energy to invite into your life to help you come out of your shell, which is justice reversed. Interesting. This card is neat. Injustice, retribution, corruption, dishonesty, unfairness, avoiding accountability. So this card speaks of what to invite into your life. The reverse meaning of justice in tarot is to show that you are living in denial. You are not willing to accept the consequences of your actions or those of others. Ultimately, if you want to come out of your shell, you have to embrace all of you, good, bad, and otherwise, because only from a full state of awareness can you make an informed decision on how your choices will impact not only you, but those around you. And when you're living life focusing on the negative things like injustice or retribution, corruption, dishonesty, all those negative aspects of life, when those are something that are focused on or dominating a moment, it's hard to feel good about it. It's not positive energy. And if it's not positive energy, it's not wholesomely connecting you to the moment you're in. Taking action gives you a chance to change and stop judging yourself. So yeah, this card speaks if you're inviting an energy in. Hold yourself accountable to be a high quality character, because ultimately when you feel good about who you get to be, the details of life, they change and they warp and they twist, and you still get to be you and feel good inside of that. Invite that energy in. And the final card is suggest actions you can take to feel more complete. Four of Pentacles. Possessiveness, insecurity, hoarding. Oh no, that's reversed. My bad. Generosity, giving, spending, openness, financial insecurity, reckless spending. This card encourages the asker to assess the belief systems underpinning their financial life while also considering implementing new habits or a financial plan for the future. When you're trying to come out of your shell, it's good to relinquish the hold money has on us. So much of life is touched by the concept of money. Finances play into everything. And if we don't have a healthy view on finances, then it's hard to have a healthy view on self in relation to finances. And that's why it's good to define wholesomely what matters to you, because ultimately your vision of self is that wealth in the moment. And even if you're poor and low on income, you can still feel good about yourself. I'm living proof. We're low income and I still feel good about who I get to be. Not because I have a lot of money to buy price tags that make me feel better, but because wholesomely, genuinely, authentically, I'm a person that's good from the inside out. And that feels good. So let these cards influence a connection to self that ripples outward and inspires a positive connection to the life you lead. And then let me get you your card from the Oracle deck. Okay. Sickle, focus, regrowth, letting go. I like that card. The sickle is a gardening tool used for harvesting and reaping, though it is closely associated with death. In art, death is often seen holding this tool, a symbol of taking a life that has finished. The sickle helps you to clear away dead matter and control overgrowth, allowing for new growth to take place unhindered. Clearing and cutting away outdated or unneeded material leaves space for new life and beginnings. It doesn't cut life short. Instead, it refocuses available resources so that life can continue. The sickle card reminds you to cut away what drains your energy or no longer serves you so focused growth can take place. What parts of your life need to be cut back or cut out completely to help you grow? A great reflection point. What do you need to cut away to feel better about yourself and the moment you're in right now? Reflect on why the moment isn't great, and then think about what you can do to make it better. And let go of everything that doesn't make it better. And just step in and bask in the wonder of you wholesomely loving the moments you're in. So yeah, I hope that was a good reading, Call Me Your Daddy. Scrolling up, Call Me Your Daddy. Cinnamon Swiss, that brings you up to the reading table. And Taffy, you're up next. Snickers, she's been ornery tonight. She knocked over the camera. You're welcome, Call Me Your Daddy. I hope it was good. I always hope to give you a meaningful reading, and I hope it provides some clarity and insight that you didn't have before the reading. I hope you're having a good night too, Call Me Your Daddy. Positive energy your way, and positive energy to everyone. We want everyone to have a good night. Anna overseas, I appreciate you being here tonight. Chilling with the community. Just a general reading? Okay, we can do that. Hi, Alma. I'm just needing the peace you bring. Aw, well, thank you. I love that. I'm a hippie, so being able to bring peace is like really deeply touching. Thank you. I'm glad I can share some good energy in your direction tonight. So let's see. First card, Two of Wands reversed. Internal influence. Six of Swords reversed. Four of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. Two of Swords reversed. This will be a fun one. Cards that I don't often get. Okay, Cinnamon, let's see what your cards have to say. Two of Wands. Reversed. Bad planning, over analyzing, not taking action, playing it safe, avoiding risk. The Two of Wands, the reverse Two of Wands suggests the need to establish long-term goals. Begin the process by identifying what is important to you and setting your goals accordingly. Another meaning of the reverse Two of Wands suggests that you may have ignored important details associated with planning your future. Lack of proper planning could be the reason for your downfall. So this card just speaks of planning and aligning yourself with a direction you want to head in. And so ultimately, you know, over analyzing, bad planning. The best planning is allowing for anything to happen that's in, that I think life happens as it's meant to. And the easiest way to get through a life that's almost unpredictable is to be your best self in every moment you come to. And so this card, too much planning, too much over analyzing, it can distract you from acting right now in the present moment. So yeah, what's internal influence? Six of Swords reversed. Stuck in the past, returning to trouble, running away from problems, trapped. The Six of Swords reversed indicates the asker may feel stuck in a situation or circumstance. They have been procrastinating on making a change out of fear or discomfort of the unknown, or out of fear of discomfort in the unknown, hoping everything will resolve on its own. This card is a reminder that discomfort is sometimes a necessary stepping stone towards a happier future. Positive developments will show up along their path, but they must take the leap and embrace their inner strength. So, as Two of Wands reverse is about planning. The Six of Swords is about being stuck in the past. And so ultimately, if you're planning for the future, you've got to let go of the past that no longer serves you. Let go of the things that aren't in alignment with the direction you're heading. Holding on to the past means you're not opening the door to things to be better for you right now. And so it's always an important step when we're moving towards the future to release those things that no longer serve us, that hurt us, that traumatize us, that need forgiven. Let them go and move freshly forward in a direction that feels better. That brings us to the Four of Pentacles on the external influence. Possessiveness, insecurity, hoarding, stinginess, stability, security, savings, materialism, wealth, frugality, boundaries, guardedness. The Four of Pentacles represents our financial mindset. This card tells the asker to review their relationship with money and consider whether they possess a mindset of scarcity and a fear of not having enough. That is such an important word. Having enough. This card talks about planning for the future. Having enough is talking about right now. If you have enough, you don't have to worry about more, about the future changing to become something different. And ultimately, a lot of the past guides us to think we need more to have enough. But more is an elusive concept that never satisfies and never fulfills. And almost always disconnects you from appreciating the abundance you have. And so this card asks in the external way, how do you relate to the money in your life? How do you relate to the concept of money and the choices you make? Because planning for the future, if it's all about money's best interest, that's not in your best interest. You're more than money. You're more than money can provide for. And ultimately, your wholeness, your stability, your safety needs to be less about the money and more about who you are in light of the fact that money is such a dominating force in reality. Which brings us to what's needed to overcome or better understand Nine of Cups. Wishes coming true, contentment, satisfaction, success, achievements, recognition, pleasure. The Nine of Cups card represents appreciation, fulfilled dreams, and life's pleasure. It signifies that the querent has achieved a goal or is feeling content in their relationships, career, or other areas. The appearance of the Nine of Cups may indicate that the querent has successfully completed an important stage in life and now can afford a well-deserved holiday before moving on. I like that. It's talking about planning for the future and what's needed to better, pull within and come out of so much planning and more into the aspect of living. And I think that's it. Live the dream. Right now, as you are, having overcome everything you've been through, that's the dream. Let yourself witness. Okay? All right, living the dream. So let's remember that. So when you come back from ads, I can get you. You're back. Welcome back. So the Nine of Cups was just talking about living the dream. That's what's needed. Live the dream right now as it is, not worrying about the future to be something different. Embrace right now with appreciation, gratitude, and positive energy, and let that ripple outward and be the best self you get to witness in a future moment. So the higher understanding or the higher resolution is the Two of Swords, reverse. Indecision, hesitancy, anxiety, too much information, no right choice, truth revealed. The Two of Swords suggests, or the Two of Swords reverse, suggests the asker has to make a decision between two options, but feels stuck and unable to make a move. This card also reminds the asker that they have everything within them to make a decision. Their intuition knows the best route to take. Sometimes it can feel tough to trust our inner hunches, but this card indicates that the full picture will soon come to light. So as you're planning and you're honing in on yourself and what's best for yourself to make in the choices moving forward, living the dream fully as you make those choices, ultimately the Two of Cups reversed will align you with the decisions you need to make. The path forward is the one where you're living is your truest self in the now moment, letting the moment guide you where you're most meant to be. Not living in the past, not stuck on financial opportunities as the only way forward. Just letting the dream be you as you are and seeing how that fulfills you in the life around you. And then let's do the tarot or the Dream Witch Oracle deck. Earthworm. Clarity, rumination. I don't think I've pulled the earthworm yet. Interesting. The humble earthworm breaks down organic material and aerates soil, serving an essential function in the health of plants. Without the earthworm's work, the soil would be too heavy and lack the oxygen roots need to survive. Additionally, the organic matter wouldn't be as well blended in the soil. The earthworm card reminds you that some essential work is happening under the surface in your life. Nature is bringing you closer to your goal. It also suggests that it's a time to confront what troubles you. Consider breaking down big emotions into less intimidating, smaller chunks that are easier to digest and understand. And the reflection is, what can you do to help yourself when you feel overwhelmed? So, if the past is overwhelming you, if money is overwhelming you, what can you do to lessen that overwhelmed feeling so you can make choices that are more aligned with who you are, who you want to be, and where you want to go in life? So I hope that was a resonant reading. I hope that gave you words that you needed to hear or insight that was waiting to be found. Okay. It did. Thank you. Awesome. Well, thank you for letting me do a reading for you. I appreciate it. I'm glad we could get you something you needed to hear. So I think that brings me up to Taffy. Are you still there, Taffy? Yay, you're still there. Awesome. What kind of reading can I get for you tonight? Now the planning ahead part is scary. Planning ahead leads to bad things with my family. Oh, I don't love to hear that. I don't know why, but I'm sorry that you feel planning ahead means things aren't good with your family. It's a curse somehow. Well, that's not a fun curse to have to deal with. Hopefully, you can find a way to align yourself with planning that doesn't hurt you or those you love. Oh no, our plans don't go right, that's all. Oh, good. Well, not good that your plans don't go right, but good that it's nothing more major. Hopefully you can find something that works out, but plans that go wrong are still an experience. So even if they don't go right, you get to live life on the fly and see, what happens when you work together to overcome it. We have to have 3 backup plans. Well, that card that said over planning was a thing, that's real for you. You guys have to over plan. Otherwise things don't go well. That's funny. 3 backup plans. It's a lot. A career reading. Okay. King of Cups. The Star. Nine of Swords reversed. Knight of Wands. The High Priestess. Okay. So a career reading for King of Cups. Wise, diplomatic, balance between head and heart, devoted, advisor, counselor. The King of Cups indicates the asker is able to balance their head and heart in relationships, or serves as a reminder to remain level-headed and calm when faced with interpersonal conflict. Upright career meaning, balancing emotional, practical, and logical needs, and wisdom leads to respect and admiration. The King of Cups is also a reminder not to repress emotions. It's essential to fully feel sadness, hurt and fear, as well as happiness, fulfillment, and joy. We often avoid emotions, worried they will engulf us. So in career, let yourself fully feel what direction you're heading, whether that's staying where you are, moving in a direction, finding something totally different. You know, let yourself feel your way forward, because ultimately, if you're in a place that feels good, regardless of how it turns out, you're going to be happy with the choice you made. The Star in the internal influence. Illusion, mystery, subconscious intuition, hidden potential, uncertainty, new beginnings. The the scar card, the star card in this deck offers a glimpse into a world of hidden depths and veiled truths. Unlike traditional interpretations, the luminary is muted, shrouded in mystery. This card signifies a time of exploration within, a dive into the subconscious mind where fears and intuition mingle. It represents a period of uncertainty, but also immense possibility. The upright career meaning, unearthing hidden talents, unconventional approaches, and following your intuition. All good ways to find a career that aligns with where you want to be. Remember, the greatest treasures are often hidden beneath the surface. Embrace the mystery and trust your intuition to unlock your full potential. Trusting within to guide your way forward. You know, there's lots of doors to knock on, but is every door you knock on the right one for you? Your inner knowing will know and can relay that message to you. And, you know, it's just surrounded by cards that speak of that inner knowing and trust that you know what's best for you. Nine of Swords reversed in the external influence. Recovery, learning to cope, facing life, finding health, shame, guilt, mental health issues. You may still experience the consequences of a difficult situation, but the pain is already subsiding. Your imagination, however, still paints the current situation in a way much worse than it really is. You needlessly get upset and worried without any reason. The reverse career meaning is clarity about work, finding peace, and stresses becoming real. The reverse Nine of Swords brings a measure of hope, offering faith in a brighter future and promising better days ahead. In this position, the card offers relief from pain and suffering, providing a sense of comfort and healing. One second. I need to refresh myself on what the King of Cups is. Wise, diplomacy, and balance. Okay. Diplomacy and balance. Trusting your instinct, your intuition, and then recovering and positively facing life as it comes. So yeah, there's a brighter future in the external world, and it comes ultimately by finding that balance between head and heart and how to move forward healthily in the world around you. Knight of Wands, 98. Courageous, energetic, charming, hero, rebellious, hot-tempered, free spirit. The Knight of Wands represents adventure, pursuit, and passion. This card signifies the asker may be in a period where they are charging ahead with a creative project. Explore the horizons that exist outside your comfort zone. So in the career, find things that might not seem like they fit, but might fit better than what you imagined. Passion and energy for work, brave decisions, new business favored. The Knight of Wands can also indicate travel and the urge for adventure. It is a time to embrace spontaneity and fearlessness. If travel is not possible, the asker is encouraged to try new activities and break free from their routine. Try something new, right? As the King of Cups is balancing between head and heart, what does your head and heart tell you is right? How do you move forward and keep both your heart happy and your head happy? Which brings us to the High Priestess. Phantom Punk, hello, welcome to the chat. Glad to have you this evening. Unconscious, intuition, mysteries, spirituality, higher power, inner voice. Taffy, this is the second card that's talking about your intuition and inner voice. So trust your gut with your career. You know what's right, and you'll guide yourself to what's best for you. Glad to be here. You're up next. I'm finishing with Taffy, but I want to take a break after I finish with Taffy. So you are up next, Punk or Phantom, but it'll be a moment because I need to rest my mouth and get up and stand and walk around. The meaning of the High Priestess is related to inner knowledge. Her appearance in a reading can signify that it is time for you to listen to your intuition rather than prioritizing your intellect and conscious mind. Upright career meaning, education, creative inspiration, guide, mentor, use instincts. The High Priestess represents someone who is intuitive and beginning to open up to their spirituality. Meditation, prayer, and new spiritual work are indicated. So yeah, as you're looking for career advice, trust your gut. You know what's going to work best for you. Oh, another earthworm. So we just had that as well. Thank you. The humble earthworm breaks down organic material and aerates soil, serving an essential function in the health of plants. Without the earthworm's work, the soil would be too heavy and lack the oxygen roots need to thrive. Additionally, the organic material wouldn't be as well blended in the soil. The earthworm card reminds you that some essential work is happening under the surface in your life. Whoa, welcome. It's exclamation Alma space join to get you in the queue. I'm getting ready to go on break, but you'll be the second in the queue when you join. The earthworm card reminds you that some essential work is happening under the surface in your life. Do you mind typing that for them to see? Nature is bringing you closer to your goal. It also suggests that it's time to confront what troubles you. Consider breaking down big emotions into less intimidating, smaller chunks that are easier to digest and understand. What can you do to help yourself when you feel overwhelmed? Oh, they joined. Awesome. Got you in the queue. Um, so yeah, uh, where, as you're looking for a career, find something that doesn't overwhelm you, that you're excited to participate in, that's a balance between the head and the heart, and ultimately lines you up with something where it feels right from the inside out. Because I think that's what the cards were really talking about. Your intuition is speaking clearly. Just trust it. Let it speak to you. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I just finished up with Taffy. Next up is Phantom Punk, and then we have Wah or Woo, whatever it is. Wah. I will be right back. Thank you. Hey, it's Alma, and we're back at Tarot of the Soul, coming back for our last two readings of the night. Um, I is who's up next? Phantom Punk. Are you still there? Are you still wanting a reading tonight? Oh, what? You followed. Thank you. Appreciate the follow. What? What? Got a smiley face out of it. Give Phantom Punk a moment. So while we're waiting for Phantom, what kind of evening are you having tonight? What? How are you doing? Well, I'm not feeling very good. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that's something that can resolve itself quickly, that you can feel better, whether that's physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, wherever you're feeling low. I hope you can heal and feel better quickly. You have so much to do. Oh, I resonate with that feeling. There's so much to do. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. Glad to share some love. Phantom Punk isn't here right now, so, I'll jump to you and see, what kind of reading are you hoping to have tonight? And 24, I'm actually closing the queue tonight. I'm working on my last two readings, and that'll be all for the evening. Then I'm going to be logging off and hopefully coming back later. You just want whatever advice you need to hear right now. Sorry about that. But yeah, if you aren't already a follower, if you click that follow, you can catch me next time I go live. I'm trying to stream Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but full warning and full disclosure, I'm manic right now, which makes my ability to function hit or miss, and so I might not be streaming as often as I'd like. Some guidance. All right, let's see. The star is your focus of the reading. The second card is the internal influence. Four of Cups. Ten of Pentacles in the external influence. Three of Swords, what's needed to overcome or better understand. And finally, the Sun for the higher resolution or higher understanding. Okay, so we'll start with the star. Illusion, mystery, subconscious intuition, hidden potential, uncertainty, new beginnings. The star card in this deck offers a glimpse into the world of hidden depths and veiled truth. Okay, I'll hold on a second. I can wait while you get back. Oh, that was a quick ad. Nice. Glad you're back. Welcome back. So, unlike traditional interpretations, that was the quickest ad ever. I agree. You said you were gone and then you're back before I could even really do anything. I love that. That's the best kind of ad. Goes away before you even know it's over, or before you even know it started. Unlike traditional interpretations, the luminary is muted, shrouded in mystery. It was literally like 10 seconds. That's too funny. This card signifies a time of exploration and into within. Sorry. This card signifies a time of exploration within, a dive into the subconscious mind where fears and intuition mingle. It represents a period of uncertainty, but also immense possibility. Remember, the greatest treasures are often hidden beneath the surface. Embrace the mystery and trust the intuition to unlock your full potential. So, there's light. There's light now. There's light in the distance. There's light all around. And your intuition is going to guide you to it. Internal influence is the Four of Cups. Apathy, contemplation, feeling disconnected, melancholy, boredom, indifference, disconnect. The Four of Cups represents boredom, self-isolation, and blockage. The queer may currently feel dissatisfied with their routine, unmotivated, or stuck in a rut. This card signifies that there are opportunities flowing toward the querent, but they have shut themselves off from receiving these gifts. This may be a result of having been hurt or rejected in the past. I feel like that hurt or rejection might play because this Three of Swords seems like a card of feelings needing to be felt. And so internally, there's something that's creating a disconnect from being able to trust in that intuition and let it guide you forward. So feel yourself fully. Let that moment speak to you. Let your inner knowing understand what's weighing on you and process that in order to fully feel, you know, the path forward. The external influence is the Ten of Pentacles. Legacy, roots, family, ancestry, inheritance, windfall, foundations, privilege, affluence, stability, tradition. The Ten of Pentacles represents legacy, accomplishment, and financial abundance. The asker has reached a pinnacle in their journey, recently completing an important career or life milestone through hard work. This card is also about family ties and cultivating deep bonds. It serves as a reminder to spend time with your loved ones and build memories. Additionally, this card is a positive omen if the asker is hoping to grow their family. So this card speaks of, you know, living abundantly, feeling prosperous, spending time with family, connecting wholly to the root of what makes life worth living. And so intuition is there to guide us both within and in the external. And so when we trust our guts and we go where we're most meant to be, it's with our loved ones, those that make us feel good for being around them, whether that's in our family, in our life, in our career. Ultimately, we want to surround ourselves with people that help us feel as good about ourselves as we're capable of feeling. Three of Swords, what's needed to overcome or better understand? Heartbreak, separation, sadness, grief, sorrow, upset, loss, trauma, tears. So I was right. This card that was saying to feel deeply sounds like there's a lot of things to feel deeply about. The Three of Cards, or the Three of Swords, is a card carrying tension and heartbreak, perhaps as a result of a relationship ending, a communication failure, a bitter argument, or a betrayal. The asker may be carrying grief, emotional pain, or feelings of rejection. The asker is reminded that no matter how much pain they may be feeling, they have control over the meaning they give to an experience. They should be careful not to push their loved ones away just because they feel tense and irritable. So when you're feeling these things deeply, don't isolate and cut yourself off from the people that can help you feel better through it. Feel yourself. Listen to yourself. Feel those emotions deeply. Oh, you need to get down. Get down. Sorry, 1 second. Come on, get off of there. Get. Sorry, it's a lot of weight on the table.
Coming over too.
Okay, sorry about that. We had a cat on a table. That's definitely something you needed to hear. Well, good. I'm glad. We still have the Sun card for you, which is the higher resolution, higher understanding. I'm so glad it's something you needed to hear. I always hope for that, but you can't ever know what somebody needs, and so I'm never sure if I'm what the person needs in a moment. So I like this. Your resolution card, happiness, success, optimism, vitality, joy, confidence, happiness, truth. Oh, they put happiness in there twice. Haha, I caught a typo. Sun card represents success, abundance, and radiance. Like the sun itself, it gives strength and vitality to all those who are lucky enough to feel its rays. There is much joy and happiness coming your way. So I like that. As your cards are encouraging you to feel fully what you're meant to feel, know that on the other side of those dark feelings, those hard feelings, those deep feelings, is an equally rebounding level of light, of joy, of comfort, of bliss. All these words that resonate with a high, vibrant energy of life. Well, those come after we let go of the parts. It is a great card, and I'm glad you drew it, because these cards speak of maybe you're in not the best place, but ultimately there is light to be found at the end of every tunnel. And so let your intuition guide you. Feel fully what you're feeling, listen to it, understand it, so you can grieve it, process it, release it, and move on to better things. The Three of Swords, it's piercing the heart, but sometimes we need to grieve where our heart has been pierced, because if we're pretending we're not hurt, we're not living our truest selves. And when we're pretending to be something we're not, it's all an act, and life feels that way. So find the light, feel fully what you're meant to feel, and then move on to feeling something different, because ultimately that different is where your peace is going to be found. And let's see what the Oracle deck has to say. Potion, invigoration, empowerment. Well, that's a good card. The potion card tells you that a small infusion of intention, even just a drop, can invigorate you and get you back on track if you are feeling out of control. Any act done with intention can stimulate forward momentum, like the intention of feeling your feelings fully, believing yourself for all that you've been through, hearing it, listening to it, and understanding that it's been heavy and hard, but you don't have to feel heavy and hard forever. Choosing to empower yourself with a small gesture of concentrated magic can refresh you enough to galvanize your motivation. This may be simple as casting a basic spell or meditating in nature. Not every action needs to be huge, and not every change is immediate and sweeping. Don't discount the magic that a tiny gesture or moment can create. Just a small drop will do. What energizes you on a daily basis is the reflection for this card. And I think that's like the Sun card. What energizes you on a day-to-day basis? That's the light in your moment, the light to find. Feel fully what you feel as a way of letting go of the past that no longer serves you. But once you're done feeling and it's time, let it go and embrace the sun and let that warm you and be what energizes you in any moment you come to. So yeah, I hope that was a good reading for you. I think you're going to be my last reading for the night since Phantom is not with us. And I appreciate you being there to, you know, to share. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for the follow. I hope you'll join me on another evening. We can do more readings, see how you're doing. You know, but yeah, I appreciate you being here tonight. So I am going to head off. I hope, thank you everybody that's been here. I hope to see you again this Wednesday. And if not, maybe on Friday. So we will see. Until then, I hope everyone makes a great night, makes a great day, and makes someone else's day great as well. Thanks for being here.
Not one thing to do with me. It's a very man thought versus like while women can have those thoughts, it doesn't come from the same place as a feminine role. A more feminine mindset, if somebody's ignoring you, is like, what the fuck, don't ignore me. Like, you know, like the